This is Kenny the Handyman here. This time I want to show you how to winterize and drain your hot tub for the winter time. I like to, around November or so, here in a cold climate, I like to completely drain and empty my hot tub because, you know, it uses a whole lot of power during the winter months to keep this thing heated, and I'm afraid if we ever lost power for any length of time, all this internal piping in here could end up freezing and cracking, causing a real mess. So I just as soon drain it for those cold months. First thing you want to do is drain it, and I'm using a submersible pump here connected to a garden hose and just running it down to the curb. And then once that gets drained, I'll show you the next step. So while I'm waiting for this tub to completely drain, I'm going to take my tub filter out of here and either rinse it off, or depending on the shape, just throw it out and put a new one in next year. So, this one looks to be in pretty good shape, but you can take a garden hose and spray off in between the pleats of this filter and possibly use it again next year. So I've got my filter out on the table, and I'm just going to hose it down with this jet spray on the nozzle in between the pleats. In between those pleats, I had two hands here. I'd spread the pleats open just to get in between the cracks, get all the junk out, and trim the basket as well. And this is a pretty new filter, so I'll probably use it again next year. Once you get to a water level that's about as low as this pump can suck out, then I'm just going to take just a regular towel and just get the remaining water out of the corners and spots, soak it up, and then get the rest out, then wipe off the sides of the hot tub just to make sure it's nice and clean before I open it next year. Now that I got all the sides clean and all the water off the ledges and everything, there's still about an inch of water left at the bottom of the tub that you know, the pump couldn't pull, so I'm just going to use my shop vac to suck up the rest of that water, make it easier. So now that we've got the bulk of the water out, you're going to want to shut the power off from the breaker box before you open this up. Take your panel off, your excess panel off, and then this is the remaining drain hose here. There should be a way to drain the remaining amount of water from the tub. You're going to let that run to let gravity get all the water out of these things. Another use of the shop vac that I find is that I'm going to use this. I dumped all the water out of it, and I'm actually going to reverse the suction hose and put it on the discharge side, so that when I start this thing up, it's going to be shooting air out of the end of this hose. And I'm going to put that at the end of the jets to try to force more water out of the system. And some of the water is going to come in here and go out there, but that'll help push the water out. So let's give that a shot. You can see water's coming out of here, pushing out. We'll go around to different jets and push the water out of each line. And the water going back up in here because I'm pushing it through. As well as it's still coming out of there. So I blew out all the lines, and that's how much water came out of the lines, so we'll suck that out with the shop vac. And then no more water's dripping out of this drain. I'm going to loosen this nut right here. This is a low-lying area of the pipe, just to be safe. Get a little water will come out of that as well. Any low-lying pipes you may have that may have some water at the bottom of them, you might want to loosen them and completely drain it that way. So once you do this, all the water should be out of your system and you should be safe for the winter time without having to worry about your pipes freezing on your hot tub. So I hope this helps.